Good afternoon, students. Welcome to the online class of Biology for Engineering. In our previous online session, we have completed Unit 4, and in our today's session, we are going to start the last unit, that is Unit 5, Biology and its Industrial Applications. In this unit, we'll deal about the different techniques used in the biology for development of industrial products, the more recent techniques which has been developed related to biology at the industrial level, development of industrial products like production of pharmaceutical drugs, chemicals, different high value chemicals. Here we'll have a description of different bioreactors, how it is used in the production of antibiotics in the industries, how different enzymes are prepared at the industrial level, how different organic acids is also produced in the industries using the more recent techniques which has been developed related to the biology. Here in this unit we'll also see the overview of the different drugs, development of different drugs, discovery of the drugs at the industrial level. So this unit will explain about the basic idea about the process of the living organisms also, like bacteria, fungi, how we are using this to clean up the contaminated sites in the environment. This includes the biofertilizers, the environmentally friendly agricultural practice is using of biofertilizers which will be nature friendly to win over the problem which is caused by the chemicals for plant protection, protecting the plants, the use of biofertilizers. So the use of biofertilizers, biofilters, by using the microorganisms to remove the contaminants in air and water both. So all this will be included in this unit, biology and its industrial application, the last unit, unit 5. The first topic what we are going to study in this unit here is biomaterials. So biomaterials can be defined as engineered biocompatible materials used in biological systems to restore or replace its lost function. It means that it is any substance which has been engineered to interact with the biological systems for the medical purpose. For medical purpose, to treat or replace a tissue which has lost its function. So biomaterials we are using for medical purpose to treat or replace or restore the lost functions of different tissues of the body. These are commonly used to grow cells in culture. It is also used in blood proteins, processing of biomolecules in biotechnology research, delivery of therapeutic drugs. So biomaterials, it is used in all these medical applications for different diseases like cancer, HIV, cardiovascular therapy related to heart, surgical site infections. So biomaterials are very useful in all these areas. Next, these are the applications of biomaterials. Some of the common applications of biomaterials are tabulated below. So biomaterials, they can be derived or it is synthesized in the laboratories, prepared in the laboratories using a variety of chemicals including the compounds or the materials, that is polymers, will be used to synthesize different biomaterials in the laboratories. Different polymers like acrylics, polyamides, polyesters, polyethylene, polysiloxanes, polyurethane, all these polymers are used, or the chemicals used for synthesizing these biomaterials in the laboratories, as biomaterials are very useful in preparing this artificial hearts, kidneys, liver, pancreas, bladder, catheters, contact lenses, cornea, eye lens replacement, external and internal ear repairs, heart replacement, joint replacement, artificial blood vessels, artificial skin, different valves, devices, pumps, joint replacement. So biomaterials are used in all this. Next we have is biopolymers. So biopolymers are the polymers which are produced from the living organisms. Bio, produced from the living organisms. Biopolymers, as it is derived from the plant material. These are the polymeric biomolecules which are derived from the biological resource, as we are getting these biopolymers from the plant material, plants or trees, but also microorganisms are used here to join the monomeric units to form large molecules by covalent bonds between this monomeric unit. So here biopolymers are renewable because they are made from the plant material which can be grown indefinitely. So this plant material is coming from the agricultural non-foods crops. Therefore, the use of biopolymers would create some sustainable industry. Biopolymers are biodegradable. The examples of biopolymers, we can take the good example of biopolymer can be the rubber sheets and some polyethylene based plastics are also coming as biopolymer material. Some plastics are now referred to as being degradable due to use of this biopolymers. Some naturally occurring polymers can be used as polyethylene based plastics. So biopolymers are the polymers produced by the living organisms, nothing but biological resources, microorganisms, plants or trees, plant materials is giving this biopolymers because these biopolymers are made from the plant material. Next we have is classification of biopolymers. So biopolymers are broadly categorized into two major types, that is natural and artificial. Natural polymers, and the second one is artificial or synthetic polymers. These natural polymers will be derived from the living organisms. So based on the type of living organisms, the natural polymers are classified into the following types, that is, first one is plant originated polymers. Example, starch. Starch is one of the most important polysaccharide which is found in nature, and it is very important to all of us because this is starch is characteristic of plant cells, plant originated polymers, and it can be used in different products like bread, cookies, biscuits, snacks, muffins to increase the sweetness, texture, flavor of all these products. Starch is used. It is also used in paper bags, tissues, packaging papers, in stationery products. It is improving the starch is improving the writing property of the paper. Starch, it is also used in pharmaceuticals as tablets, lotions for different medicines, creams. Starch, it has very important role in the production of antibiotics also, vitamins, penicillin. All these are produced by the usage of this starch, which is a characteristic of plant originated polymers. Starch, it is also used in textile industries. The mechanical strength of the textiles will be improved. In detergent industry also, starch is used for the production of skin friendly detergents. So all these are the uses of this starch, which is a plant originated polymer. Next we have another plant originated polymer, that is soy proteins and cellulose. Cellulose is also the most abundant polysaccharide in nature. It is found in the protective cell wall of plants, in the stems, woody portions. Stem stalks will have this cellulose tough protection to the cell wall of plants. So uses of this cellulose, it can be used in pharmaceutical coatings of tablets, It is also used in capsules, taste makers, because it is used in the pharmaceutical solutions. Next, animal originated polymers, chitosan, keratin, silk. Keratin, this is also a protein which is found in the outer layer of the human skins, hair and nails. Hair, nails and the outer layer of human skin will have this keratin, a protein which is found abundantly in the hair, nails and the outer layer of human skin. Keratin protein, this has uses in treating some skin disorders, severe skin disorders, skin replacements. Next, silk. Silk, it is also a protein produced by silkworms. Silkworm will produce this protein called silk. It is found very useful for different applications like medical applications in wound healing. It is used in tissue engineering of bones, tissues and all. Next we have microbial fermented polymers. Example here is PHA. PHA is polyhydroxyalkanoates. This is a natural polyester of bacteria, microbes. We are discussing about the microorganisms. Fermented polymers. So PHA and PHB. Polyhydroxybutyrate is PHB. PHA, it is a natural polyester of bacteria. It is very useful in making materials which are used in packaging, food additives, in the dairy creams, and this PHA is also used in agriculture as insecticides, and it is also having biomedical applications related to wound dressings, soft tissue repair, dental treatments, and all these are the applications, wide applications of PHA, polyhydroxyalkanoates, natural polyester of bacterial origin, as it is biodegradable in nature. Next we have is synthetic polymers. Synthetic polymers are nothing but man-made polymers. Synthetic polymers are man-made materials that are found to be highly useful in biomedical applications. This is used in medical field. Synthetic polymers are nothing but the man-made polymers made in the laboratories. Artificial polymers are nothing but the synthetic polymers. Some important examples of synthetic polymers are given here, like nylon, polyethylene, polyester, Teflon and epoxy. All these are the examples of artificial polymers or synthetic polymers or man-made polymers. PLGA is polylacticoglycolic acid and PLA is polylactic acid. We are discussing about these two synthetic polymers which are prepared artificially. Polylactic co-glycolic acid, it is a synthetic biodegradable polymer. It is made of glycolic acid and lactic acid. See here the high rate of biodegradability and physiochemical properties has found its use in biomedical applications. We are using this in tissue regeneration, bone tissue regeneration related to medical applications. Next we have is PLA, polylactic acid. This is also a natural polymer which is found in animals, plants and microbes, and we are preparing it artificially by lactic acid polymerization process, and it is having use in the treatment of different diseases, various diseases. PLA is used in the treatment of different diseases. Is used for control of delivery of drugs, proteins, genes and vaccines. Next we have is biosensors. Biosensors are the small devices. It is a small analytical device which we are using for the detection of chemical substances. We are using to detect different blood glucose levels in the diabetic patients, to detect the pathogenic organisms, to detect the microorganisms, virus, bacteria, the disease causing organisms, pathogenic organisms can be detected with the help of this biosensors. It will identify a targeted molecule in drug discovery. It will also monitor the pollutants in air and industrial environments, and in urban areas the amount of pollutants in air is monitored by using this biosensors, small devices. It is also used to detect the presence of contaminants or pollutants in water also. So air pollutants and water pollutants is detected with the help of this small device, that is biosensors. Biosensors, example of ammonium ion selective electrode coated with the enzyme urease here is shown. This is used to monitor the urea, to measure the urea, enzyme electrode to measure urea. They are used to detect the urea. Biosensors. Applications of biosensors. Next we have is biochips. Biochip, it is one of the latest development in the field of biology, latest technology in the field of biology. This biochip can perform different biological reactions in a very short span of time, just as a computer chip can perform mathematical operations in a second. This biochip can perform many biological reactions in short span of time. This biochip is having different medical applications like glucose detector, oxygen sensor, blood pressure sensor, and it is also used for diagnosis and prediction of different diseases. This glass tube is enclosing this microchip, antenna coil, capacitor assembled in this airtight environment of this glass tube in such a way that the body fluid should not come in contact with the electronic parts here. Then size of this capsule will be about the size of a uncooked grain of rice, and this chip can be conveniently inserted under the skin with the help of a needle without the anesthesia also. So this is performing multiple functions. Biochip uses this biochip which is implanted can be used to track animal or any person anywhere in the world. It can record the detailed information about a person related to medical or financial transactions. Biochip can replace person's passport and lead to a safe e-commerce system. This biochip is also having several medical implications for prediction of diseases. So thank you students. That's all for our today's session related to Unit 5, that is biology and its industrial application. We'll continue with this Unit 5 in our next session.